Right there. Couple arm forward on there. Then one right in the middle of it. That's perfect. Lower a touch.
I don't see it as a point to prove. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. You know, I really believe that, you know, like the football club, that you just, you know, you let your kind of actions speak for themselves, and you present yourself, and you kind of understand the responsibility you have both as a manager and the football club has to provide joy to the most important people, and that is the supporters. That's why football clubs exist. They don't exist for any other reason. I know sometimes, especially in the Premier League, we think they do. You know, it's about the money or the exposure or the fame, but it's just about bringing joy to the people who, you know, are the lifeblood of this game. And that's all I care about. I don't care about, you know, I guarantee you I can win things here, and people will still have doubts about me because of who I am, and probably same with Nottingham Forest as well, you know. But that's what I say. That's why I loved, you know, watching the club's recent sort of history, because if you look at clubs that have been promoted in recent years, you know, it's a struggle just to maintain Premier League status, and yet, you know, from when the president took over, he's had this ambition, and you know, he's backed it up. And I'm sure if you asked him or anyone at the club, they're not trying to prove anyone wrong. They've just got this vision in their head about what they want this football club to be, and it's the same with me. I'm not into proving people wrong. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing because it brings joy to people and allows me to live my dreams. You know, it's not easier, but you know, you can go into London, take one of the big clubs, buy one of the big clubs, and you're already guaranteed success. You know, I love the fact that he's picked up, like I said, a club, a fantastic history, but they're in the Championship, and he's taken them back into Europe. I think there's some real merit there, and I think that tells you enough about the kind of person he is. That was one of the attractions for me. You know how closely linked this football club is to its community. So, you know, if you can sort of harness that, then, you know, you can create something special. But that isn't going to happen overnight. They're not going to love me from the first day. That's something I've got to earn. You know, I've got to earn their sort of trust and respect. They'll get behind us for sure because I'm the Nottingham Forest manager, and they always do. But, you know, longer term, I've got to earn people's respect and trust as I have everywhere else I've been. And I know if we can tap into that, we can create something really special. I think it's one of those unique football clubs that, you know, if you get that sort of momentum, you know, great things can happen. That's what I want to do. I want to win trophies. That's what I've done my whole career, and that's what I want to try and do here. And from that point of view, like I said, you know, looking at sort of the opportunity that exists here is that every club wants to be successful for sure, but what I've seen over, you know, the last few years is since the president took over the club, is that, you know, those ambitions are backed up with actions, you know, and it's perfect conditions for me. It is what it is. I think our first 4 games are away, so that's why I've got to look at the stadium today. I won't see it for a while. But that's okay. I mean, look, the one thing I do know is that every Premier League fixture is challenging, whether that's you know, against you know, clubs that are challenging for honours or others that are fighting for other things, and